What is work? You already know that in the concept, in the terms of physics, when we're talking about physics, work is not your layman term. Work is a term which is specifically used when a force produces some displacement. Okay, आपने पहले force work पढ़ा था as FD, F into D, force into displacement. It is actually F dot S. Now we know, now we have studied about dot product. It is the dot product of force and displacement vectors, right? So it is measured, the SI units are joule, and the dimension of work is ml square t minus 2. mlt minus 2 is are the dimensions of force. Multiply with it the dimension of displacement, and you get ml square t minus 2 as the dimensions of work. In fact, if you remember, there we studied cases in class 9 where work done is said to be 0. Okay? So work done is said to be 0 under following circumstances. Okay? See, it is F into S into cos theta. How do we know what is theta? So theta is the angle between the force and displacement vectors. So suppose here we are moving this block with the help of a force applied at an angle of theta with the horizontal. So displacement is forward along the path. So if we look at S vector, look at the base where there is blue line, that is your displacement vector. Force vector is making an angle with the horizontal, that is your displacement vector. So the formula becomes Fs cos theta. Now work done can be either positive or negative. 0 cases I will discuss in a while. When is work done said to be positive? Please remember that force and displacement both are vector quantities. So if now you can reason out, when is work done said to be positive?
Ma'am, when both are in the same direction.
Okay, when both are in the same direction, then work done is said to be positive. Please make a note somewhere that work done, even though force and displacement are vector quantities, work is a scalar quantity. It is not a vector quantity. We know that whenever we take the dot product of two vectors, the resultant is a scalar. It is never a vector. The resultant of dot product of two vector is a scalar quantity. So work done is a scalar quantity. So here work, when we talk about work done being positive or negative, we are simply referring to the directions of force and displacement. If force and displacement is are in the same direction, like here when this guy is lifting the box, he's applying a force upward to lift the box, and the displacement is also upward. The box moves upwards. So force and displacement are in the same direction. In that case, work done is said to be positive. Now, in the same scenario, if we consider work done would be negative if we would be lowering the box. In lowering the box, if you have, as a, obviously you will not leave the box. Just to lower the box, you will keep on applying a force in the upward direction, and the displacement would be in the downward direction. Okay? So in lowering this box, the work done would be negative, because now force would be applied upward, but displacement would be downward when we are lowering the box. Similarly, even in case 1, when we are lifting the box, work done is positive. But if we see the work done by gravitational force in this case, what would be the work done by gravitational force? It would be negative in nature, because gravity would be pulling the box downward, but displacement is upward. So in that case, work done by the gravitational force would be negative. So in case of orientation of force and displacement vectors, we can understand positive, negative, and 0 work done in terms of the angle between the two. So whenever angle between the force and displacement vector is less than 90 degrees, work done would be stay positive. If the angle between force and displacement vector becomes 90 degree, work done will become 0 because we know.
And then will become 0 because cos 90 is 0, right?
Yes. In fact, this was one case which was very difficult when we have simply done the formula work done as force into displacement in class 9. This was one case which was difficult to explain, that why is the work done becoming 0. We know that work done becomes 0 when force applied is 0. Work done becomes 0 if displacement is 0, and work done is also 0 when the angle between force and displacement vector is 0. Now that you know about dot product, it's easy. That cos of 90 degrees 0, that's why the work done becomes 0. Otherwise, why in a circular motion? Why is the work done 0? This was very difficult to explain with only formula that work done is force into displacement. Okay, so coming back to our topic, we know cos 90 degree will have positive values for angle less than 90 degree. So work done would stay positive. And it will have negative values for angle greater than 90 degrees. So it becomes negative in terms of the angle between the force and displacement vectors. We have just seen why when is work done positive or negative in terms of force and displacement vector, the direction. But here we are looking at their orientations. So like now they've discussed the cases. When is the angle acute? So something like this. If you are, if there is a toy car which you are pulling like this, the angle here is acute. So work done would be positive. Work done by resistive forces. We know that resistive forces, the force of friction will act in the opposite direction. So your object is moving forward, so displacement is in the forward direction, and resistive forces will always act in the backward direction. So in this case, the product of force and displacement vector becomes a negative. कुछ नहीं होता. Yes, go. मेरी क्लास चल रही है रिका. Okay, so work done by resistive forces becomes negative because we know in a resistive force, whenever a resistive force is acting, it will always act in a direction opposite to the direction of displacement. So work done by force of friction is always going to be negative in nature. So pulling back with a rope while motion is forward, again an example of resistive force. So again work done would be negative. Like suppose in a tug of war, your team is losing. In that case, work done would be negative. This I've just discussed. When is work done set to be 0? Work done, we write the formula, work is force into displacement into cos of theta. Theta is the angle between force and displacement vector. So if force applied is 0, then obviously work done becomes 0. Can you give me a case where there is going to be a displacement but force applied is 0? Tell me. Hanji,
No.
bolo.
Ma'am.
Mama. Okay, so when is can you give me an example where displacement is there but force applied is 0? Bolo bacha.
An object that is moving to constant.
Whenever an object is in uniform motion. Okay. Whenever an object is in uniform motion, the force applied is 0. So work done in case of uniform motion is going to be 0 because we know when an object is in uniform motion, then it's there is no force being applied. So such a case work done would be 0. Work done is also 0 if displacement is 0. Suppose you keep on wasting your energy in pushing a wall. The wall will not move. So even though you are applying a force, even if angle between force and displacement is not zero, if the displacement is not there, in that case, work done is going to be zero. Say you throw a stone up and it comes back down. Then what is the displacement? Displacement is zero. In that case, work done becomes zero. Okay. Now, third case, when the direction of motion is perpendicular to applied force. So in that would be the case of circular motion. In circular motion, what happens? In circular motion, we know at every point of the circular path. Suppose this is your circular motion. Force acts towards the center of the circle. And what is the direction of displacement? It is perpendicular to the direction of force applied. So displacement is somewhere here, force is somewhere towards the center of the circle. Angle between force and displacement is 90 degrees. So at every point in the circular path, the work done is zero. At times I've heard this reason that ma'am circular path mein because the displacement is zero, work done is zero. But that's not the correct explanation. Why is that? Because at any point of the circular path, we can stop the motion anywhere. It's not necessary that when we are talking about circular motion that object has to take one complete circle. Fine. So, but at every point of the path, if we see the direction of force and displacement, they're perpendicular to each other. That's why because the angle between force and displacement is 90 degrees, work done becomes zero. In this case, which is depicted on the slide, work done is zero. Why? Why is work done zero? Tell me.
Ma'am, the displacement is perpendicular to force.
Yes, because here the displacement is perpendicular to the direction of motion. We know, displacement is perpendicular to the direction of force applied. Because to hold the bucket in place, we are applying a force upward. To hold the bucket in place, we are applying a force upward, and the displacement is in a perpendicular direction, that is in the forward direction. So the same is the case when a coolie is moving with a load on his head. If a coolie is moving with a load on his head, what happens? To keep the load in place, he is applying a force upward. Displacement is forward. So angle is 90 degree. Okay. So in this case, work done becomes zero. Fine. Understood? Girls, give me
Yes,
a
ma'am.
confirmation. Okay. Now, gravitational units of work. Now, what do we mean by gravitational units of work done? We have, whenever we are measuring force, not in the units of Newton, but if we are measuring force in gravitational units, then the units of work done becomes gravitational units. Okay? So that is, we know that work done is, in terms of unit of force and displacement, it would be Newton meter.
Sorry.
Unit.
Ma'am, unit is joule.
Joules.
जूल और न्यूटन मीटर को हम क्या कहते हैं? जूल कहते हैं. ठीक है, we know that as जूल. So when we are talking about न्यूटन मीटर, इधर हमने फोर्स किस में मेजर करा? न्यूटन में. अगर हम फोर्स न्यूटन में मेजर ना करके हम मेजर करें फोर्स इन ग्रेविटेशनल यूनिट, दैट इज केजी वेट. अगर हम केजी वेट यूनिट्स, these are the gravitational units of force. Remember this, weight is m into g. वेट के यूनिट्स केजी. जी को अगर हम मल्टीप्लाई ना करके हम जस्ट रख दे केजी वेट, देन दीज बिकम द ग्रेविटेशनल यूनिट्स ऑफ फोर्स. सो अगर हम न्यूटन की जगह फोर्स को ग्रेविटेशनल यूनिट्स में मेजर कर रहे हैं तो उसके यूनिट्स क्या हो जाएंगे? केजी वेट मीटर.
केजी मीटर.
केजी वेट, केजी मीटर, बट वेट जरूर लिखेंगे हम. ठीक है, केजी मीटर वेट, because that WT shows that we still have to multiply by G. It means we still have to measure, multiply by the value of G. Okay, so now we come on to a few numericals which are based on the basic formula of work done. So I hope you still remember how we calculate the dot product. So here it says a force of 2I hat minus 6J hat Newton is applied on a body which is sliding over a floor. If the body is displaced through minus 3J hat meter, how much work is done by the force? So we know that work done is F dot S. So we take the dot product of force and displacement. Force is 2I hat minus 6J hat dot displacement, that is minus 3J hat. Fine. So what would be the dot product of this? Come on. What is the dot product?
2I cap plus 18J cap.
डॉट प्रोडक्ट कैसे लेते हैं?
Ma'am, 2 into 0 plus minus 6 into minus 3, यानी which is ma'am 18.
18 न्यूटन भूल गए हो बेटा, प्लीज गो एंड रिवाइज डॉट प्रोडक्ट. डॉट प्रोडक्ट में होता है जो भी आई हैट के कंपोनेंट है, आई हैट के कंपोनेंट से मल्टीप्लाई होते हैं एंड ओनली द नंबर रिमेन्स. आई हैट डॉट आई हैट इज 1, आई हैट डॉट जे हैट इज 0, j hat dot j hat is 1, if you remember. ठीक है, so the answer is going to be 6 into 3 minus 6 into minus 3, that would be plus 18 Newton. So we will only be left with a number, a numerical value. Okay, we have to find the work done by the force when its point of application moves from the point A to B. Okay, A to B के coordinates हमें क्यों दे रखे हैं ये बताइए.
Ma'am, by the distance formula we can get the displacement, distance and displacement.
Yes, we will get the displacement vector. So it is moving from this position to. So these are the coordinates of vector A. These are the coordinates of vector B. So the coordinates of then the displacement vectors becomes B vector minus A vector. Fine. It is always final minus initial position. So I get 2I hat minus 5K hat minus I hat plus 2J hat minus 3K hat. Fine. So what do I get? I hat minus 5 minus 2 minus 7J hat plus 3K hat. This is my displacement vector. Got it? So now it is a matter of simply taking the dot product F dot S. So F is 2I hat minus 3J hat plus K hat. Let's write it down. 2I hat minus 3J hat plus K hat dot I hat minus 7J hat plus 3K hat. ठीक है, इसका डॉट प्रोडक्ट.
The
हाँ
answer
जी,
not coming this ma'am, J hat तो 0 है ना B वाले में.
बी वाले में 0 है बट ए में तो ओके.
Ma'am, answer will come I hat.
लिखा हुआ था 5J hat लिखा था. दिस शुड हैव बीन 5K hat. So this becomes minus 2J hat minus 2K hat.
Yes ma'am.
Here this becomes minus 2J hat and minus 2K hat. So what do I get? 2 minus 3 minus 2 is plus 6 plus K minus 2 minus 2. 6 Newton is the answer. और 6 न्यूटन नहीं लिखेंगे, हम आंसर लिखेंगे 6 यूनिट्स, क्योंकि पिछले क्वेश्चन में हमें उन्होंने न्यूटन और मीटर दे रखा था. that's why we were saying the answer in जूल. ठीक है, अब इधर हमारा न्यूटन और मीटर नहीं दे रखा, तो वी कैन नॉट राइट द आंसर इन जूल. वी विल राइट 6 यूनिट्स. Okay, so when we are finding the work done by a constant force, so if we take the graph, if we plot a graph between force and displacement, if we take a plot between force and displacement, if it's a constant force, you can see there is no variation. Force is having a constant value. So the area under the graph, we can calculate area under the graph, that would give me the work done. So if we have to calculate, if you are given a plot of force and displacement vector, then you can find out the work done as area under the graph. But what happens if the force is not constant? Can you tell me what would be the solution to this problem? If the force is not constant, it is varying, then how do we find out the area under the graph? Because work done still remains area under the graph. But how will we calculate this area under the graph? For a variable, it would be integral. Okay, so whatever is the, we will take the integral of the function of force. So work done in that case becomes integral of f dot ds taken from x1 to x2. Okay. For a variable force, the work done is calculated as integral of f dot ds, where f में हम डालेंगे जिस जो भी आपका ये function है with which the force is varying, that function would be put here and that would be integrated with respect to displacement, and the limits for this integration would be starting from x1, that is the initial position, to the final position. So this is how we calculate basically the area under this force displacement graph would give me the work done. So here is a question. A particle moves along the axis from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 5 meter under the influence of a force given by 7 minus 2x plus 3x square. I told you कि आपको इस तरह से आपको function दे रखा होगा, right? So now they've given you the function according to which the force is varying. So we have to find out the work done in the process. So work done would be integral of 7 minus 2x plus 3x square take dot dx going from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 5 meter. So what would be the integration of 7? It would be 7x minus 2x square by 2 plus 3x cube by 3. Limits 0 to 5. Any confusion with this regarding this? कि ये कैसे आया? I have simply used only one formula. Integral of a constant is x. Integral of x raised to power n is x raised to power n plus 1 by n plus 1.
Ma'am, it will come 135 minutes.
Yes, so it would be 7 into 5 minus 5 square plus 5 cube. Minus 25 plus 125. So 135 is the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
135 units is our answer. Everybody comfortable with this? How to find out the work done? If we are given the force and displacement vector, how to get the work done when force is a variable force? Okay. In the earlier case, it would be dot product of force and displacement vector. Whenever it is a variable force, it would be integral of force with respect to the displacement vector. Okay. Okay. So again, the question here shows the fx graph. We have to the force which is in Newton and distance is in meter. You have to calculate the work done. Now in this case, it's pretty simple. You will calculate this area 1, this area 2, and subtract from it this area 3. So total work done would be 1 plus 2 minus 3.